Hello, everyone. Welcome to Just Begin, where we talk about starting a business or if we should start a business, especially while working a full time job. And this is part two, okay? This is part two to the previous video of how do I have a successful mail campaign. This is part two. The video was getting too long. I had to take a little break and come back and finish the video for you. Okay, so you know that this is Just Begin, where we talk about just beginning your new journey into entrepreneurship. And my mission is to help busy parents obtain entrepreneurship through real estate investing. Okay, I am so passionate about that because a little bit over a year ago, I was able to leave my career of 20 years and start a successful real estate investing business. And ever since then, I have been telling everybody about it. I started a coaching program teaching the fundamentals of real estate investing. So if you're going through a career switch, if you've been working a job for 20 years and you want to leave your 9 to 5 and get into real estate investing because you've heard that it's lucrative, and you're thinking that it's something that you're interested in and something that you can do not hesitate to give me a call. We can set up a free consultation phone call and see if I am the coach for you, and we can see if real estate investing is something that you really want to get into. Okay, so my social media, my Instagram is Sharon_JustBeginCoaching, and my email address is Sharon@JustBeginCoaching.com. Let's just jump right into the topic. Once again, this is part two. How do I have a successful mail campaign? So in the last video, we talked about being clear on the homeowner that you're trying to reach. Okay, so are you trying to reach people that are in pre-foreclosure? Are you trying to reach people that are going through a divorce? Are you trying to reach people that are going through a bankruptcy? There are all different types of people that may want to sell their house quickly. So who are you targeting? Okay, or are you just sending letters to a whole neighborhood and maybe somebody would like to sell their house to a real estate investor? These are the decisions that you have to make before you start your mail campaign. You have to be clear on who you're mailing the letters to. Okay, the second thing is and I'm not going to go all into it. I'm just doing a condensed recap of what the last video was about. You want to be careful of the wording that you use. And one example is if somebody is in pre-foreclosure, you don't want to say, hey, I know you didn't pay your mortgage for a couple of months, just sell me your house. Don't word it like that. We talked about a way of addressing the topic that you want to buy their house, and you leave your phone number in the last video. I just want to remind you of that. And then number 3 was handwrite the letters. Okay, so I know it takes so long to handwrite letters, but it's just more personal when you take the time to handwrite the letter. And when you handwrite the letter, you'll get a higher response rate. Okay, that's everything we covered in the last video. And let's start fresh with this video now. Okay, so number 4, you actually want to use yellow paper with red ink. And I know you're thinking, why do I have to be so particular? This is just something that has been proven that makes people read the letters. Okay, so if you get like a yellow legal pad, that's usually what I buy. Just buy it right from Walmart. It's very affordable. And I go ahead and get those yellow legal pads, and I just buy a pack of red pens, and I actually write the letters. So that combination of yellow paper with red ink on that yellow paper is just very effective. When they open the letter, it draws their eyes to the letter and they actually read it. Because how many times have you gotten mail from somebody and you're not really sure who sent it, but you still read it? Okay, so it has to be something about the letter that makes you read it, okay, because you don't even know who sent you the letter. So the combination of the yellow paper with the red ink will cause them to read the letter. The more people that actually read your letter and don't just throw it away, it's a higher chance that you're actually going to get a phone call back. Okay, so though that color combination works good, you want to kind of stick to that. It's been proven to work very well. All right, and the 5th thing I want to talk about is you have to really think about the envelope that you're using. And I know that this is very particular, but think about your utility bills. Think about the envelope that it comes in. Think about like maybe an electric bill, and it comes in a standard, just a standard envelope, okay? Now you want to put your letter that you're mailing to homeowners because you're offering them the service of purchasing their property. You want to put your letter in a greetings card letter, okay? So a greetings card letter is shaped a little bit differently. And the reason why you want your letter to have a different shape than like an electric bill is because you want your letter to stand out. You're still trying to get them to open your letter and read it, okay? So they can see the open your marketing materials, because you really do want to buy their property, but in order to convey that message, you need them to read the letter, okay? So yes, you do want to put it in a greeting card envelope. And I also want to add, oh, and they're not hard to find. You can find the greeting card envelopes right in Walmart. That's what I did. It's not really expensive at all. Just buy a box of that and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll be on your way to starting your successful mail campaign. And another thing that you want to keep in mind with these greeting card envelopes, you want to use actual stamps, okay? So you don't want to just, address them and drop them off at the post office and try to get, I don't know, get them stamped, like the red stamp on it for prepaid postage or whatever that's called. And you can tell that it's not from a person and it looks like it's from a business. You actually want to put, first class stamps on it. You want to actually put stamps on your letters, because it looks like it's a letter from somebody that they know. Okay, it causes them to want to open the letter, and then they'll read the letter, and then they might call you because they may really want to sell you their house. Okay, and it is your intent to buy their property. Okay, you don't want to send these letters out if you don't have, the intent to buy the property or the capacity to buy the property. Okay, you don't want to play games with people, but this is a good marketing campaign for a real estate investor that really is going to follow through with purchasing the property. Of course, you have to do some negotiating. You don't want to purchase a property that's priced too high or doesn't make sense. That's going to put you in a situation where it won't be a good investment property. But you also want to focus on helping homeowners. So you really want to be able to purchase the properties and really take this mail campaign serious, because you may really get a lot of phone calls. Okay, I know I did. All right. And the last thing, number 6, you want to keep a record of every homeowner that you mail a letter to. Okay. So if you mail a letter to Mr. Jones on 123 Main Street, keep a record of that, because Mr. Jones might call you, okay? So you want to be able to just, put it in your computer, pull up the address, and have a conversation with him about about his property, because you sent him a letter. So he's going to call you and say, hey, are you really trying to buy my property? And you want to tell him, yes, Mr. Jones, I'm interested in your property on 123 Main Street. Is it still for sale? And that's how you have the conversation. And while you're talking to him, you pull the address up and find out the information about the property. You definitely have to keep a record of it, because when the homeowner calls, you don't want to be confused. Okay, because this is your first impression. Okay, they received your letter, they opened your letter, and then they actually called you. So now when you're on the phase of actually being on the phone with them, you want to be very informed. Okay, you want to talk to them about their property and find out if they want to sell their property, and how you can help them, okay? Because they may have a property problem. And that goes back to number 1, you're sending a very targeted, you're sending letters to a very targeted list, okay? So if it's somebody that's in pre-foreclosure, Mr. Jones may really want to sell you his property because he can no longer afford it. So you're actually bringing a solution to the problem that he has, okay? So you want to keep a record of all of that. And that's actually it. That is 6 tips, okay, to how you can have a successful mail campaign. And I always want to remind you that I do have a business group on Facebook called Just Boss Up. It is for business owners and it is for future business owners. We just talk about things that business owners talk about. I think we were talking about filing taxes last week. And, I'm active in the group every day. I would love to see you in the group. And you can find me on Instagram at Sharon_JustBeginCoaching, or you can email me at Sharon@JustBeginCoaching.com. I do have a coaching course and I'm accepting new one-on-one clients. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.